Hey, what's up, everybody? Back with another review, DVD review. This time, a low-budget movie out of Louisiana from Terror Optics. They have put out three movies. Their first one was called Attack of the Cockface Killer, um, and then they sort of did a sequel to that, which was the third release called Gorgasm. I haven't seen the first one. I have Gorgasm, and I enjoyed it. So this one is non-related. It's a completely different storyline, and decided to check this one out. It is called Stabbed in the Face. I think it's a great title. There used to be a band that played around here called Stab Your Face, and they had they called themselves Gorecore, which is strange because they didn't talk about anything who had having to do with horror and gore, anything. Although when they opened their show, they played the part in Night of the Living Dead where they're coming to get you, Barbara, which was kind of cool. But anyway, I'm going way off topic. Stabbed in the Face is, I think that cover's really cool too. Just because it's really opposite of what you would figure a movie called Stabbed in the Face's cover would look like. Anyway, um, sort of a throwback slasher to the 80s. It actually takes place in the 80s. Your typical setup. There is, an old legend of a lady that caught her husband cheating for the last time. She got sick of it, so she killed her husband, and she killed the mistress, and then as the cops showed up, they shot her and killed her. Her ghost is supposed to haunt this place. So a bunch of um, high school students go out to spend Halloween night at this house. And that's when the killing begins. One strange thing about it is these people, you have all your stereotypical characters in here. You got the jock and the metalhead and the, nerd and the bitchy girl and the slutty girl, and yeah, it's all in there. But they really, none of them seem like they really like each other at all. They all seem to not really care for each other. It's kind of an odd group of friends. And let me tell you one thing. This girl on the cover, man, did she do a good job playing the bitch. You wanted to kill her the first time you saw her. I mean, uber, like just top notch biatch. Man, you wanted to reach in the screen and strangle yourself. And she did a good job because you see her in the features, and she's like this. Seems like this really nice, sort of tomboy stoner girl. So she did a really awesome job. But that's just the strange thing, is that they really don't seem like they would actually hang out with each other in real life. The story is actually for a low budget slasher flick. They thought this one out. They didn't just sort of decide, hey, let's do a slasher movie. Here's a little storyline, and we'll put a psycho killer in there. They really thought this out, and there's some twists and turns in it that are pretty good. There's a lot going on, and even in small non-plot meaningful scenes, the way that they cut it is very sort of erratic and sort of sometimes kind of not difficult to follow, but you really got to pay attention. Just simple stuff before they leave for the house, they're going in different cars, and there's separate conversations going on in the cars, and the way that they cut it, they really like go simultaneously as the conversations are going on, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And usually when that happens, there's something relatable going on between the two conversations. It's not really the case in this. It's just sort of, I guess they wanted to be able to get this scene with both conversations going at the same time without having to make it as boring as doing one conversation and going to the next in another car. Because then you're also wondering, well, what are these people doing now? So, it helped with the pace and stuff, the way that they edited it in that way. Gore is not bad. There's some fairly violent stuff going on in here, and actually, luckily, the bitchy girl gets it the worst, and probably the best death scene in the entire movie. So that is a payoff, which I love. My only problem with the film is not really the film itself, but I guess the print on DVD. It's extremely, extremely, extremely dark when they finally get out to the cabin. They get out there, it's pretty much at night, and that's when the rest of the movie happens. At night, there are some scenes where I couldn't even see. There was one person that got killed, and I had no idea who it was. And I didn't find out until the killer said who they had just killed, because I couldn't see it. It's that dark. And I just sort of chalked it up to, it's low budget and they can only do what they can do. But as I'm watching the special features, they're showing some of the same scenes, and they look fine. They look good. They're brighter. You can see what's going on. So it was a little irritating not to be able to see. And I mean, when I say I couldn't see, I mean, I'm not talking like it was hard to see. I mean, I couldn't see. Like, there were things that I had no idea what was going on, because it was just like almost black with like silhouettes of people's glasses or something, It was that bad. So I actually went, and because I was getting frustrated by the end of it, I was like, man, that movie was pretty good, but God, I don't know that I could like sit here and squint for that long again to try to see what's going on. So I just went back and put my TV on the brightest setting possible, and it was still dark, but I could at least see what was going on in some of the scenes that I didn't know what happened. So, word of warning, if you get this, just go ahead and, once the dark scenes happen, set your TV on the brightest thing and you should be good to go. Because this is a fun movie, and I don't think that, just because you can't see it doesn't mean you shouldn't enjoy it. So set your TV on the highest setting you've got, the brightest setting, sorry, not the highest, brightest setting you have, and that should solve the problem enough. But I really enjoyed this. This was, they put a lot of thought into this. They didn't really, this wasn't one of those rushed sort of, hey, a slasher movie's easy to make, let's go out and make one in the woods. They put some thought into the script, and wow, I'm just now looking at the back of it. Oh, no, never mind, I remember that scene. Sorry. Anyway, they put some thought into the script, and they really did a good job. So far, I have not been disappointed with these guys, Terror Optics. I will have to go back and check out the first film they did, and see how that goes. But so far, these guys, they know what they're doing. So, Stabbed in the Face. I mean, how can you not watch a movie called Stabbed in the Face? I mean, that's just bold. That's right there is bold enough. But yeah, I would say turn your TV on bright and check it out. I'm going to be back here in a little bit. I'm going to do my first sort of DVD video. I don't really do DVD updates because the movies that I review are ones that I buy, and so they're in themselves DVD updates, and I don't really see the point in showing you guys the same movies that that I'm sitting here reviewing. I don't review all my movies, but I'm going to start doing themes, The first one's going to be some rare stuff I have, so that should be up right after this one. See you guys later.